How you guys doing? And welcome to Better Sports News. And finally, my man Chappie is back from a long vacation. Welcome back, Chappie.
Thanks, Georgie. You know, I was on assignment back in the Midwest for a couple weeks, got some good information. Figured I'd come back. Great to see you again. Great to be back on TV. We're ready to roll, baby.
We are ready to roll. A lot of things happened since you left. A lot of cool things. Let's see. The U.S. soccer team blew up the ratings. The U.S. soccer team blew up the ratings. JPP blew off his index finger. And what happened? You were blowing it up in Chicago? Is that
blowing
right?
Up in the Midwest. Got to see a Cubs game. Went back. It was actually, I've been out here so long, George. It was my first night game I've ever been to.
Oh, cool.
And I've actually never been. I don't know if you know they sing the Go Cubs Go song at the end when the Cubs win. I sing it all the time from my apartment, but I've never actually sang it there.
Oh, cool.
Cubs are up a run. 2 outs in the ninth. Nobody on. We give up a walk and a home run to lose by a run.
Man.
So it was devastating.
You were ready to sing.
Oh, I was going la 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 in the background, and then all of a sudden silence, crickets. But anyways, I had a great time. Got to do some other things, but the best part of the time going to the Cubs game.
What happened? You were supposed to go to batting practice. What's the story behind that? What was that?
I had my connections pull it off for me, so I was actually in for batting practice before the game. So my buddy and I got to go down in the field, and of course, rain came in the area, so the batting practice was wiped out. So I got to get on the field. We got a picture in the on-deck circle, but nobody taking batting practice. I would have been 3 feet from them. Could not wait, and it got rained out.
I hate that rain. There was rain at the opening day at Del Mar, which is unusual. I mean, it was a muddy track. I mean, Del Mar was kind of weird out there.
That was some amazing weather we had around here, the humidity and the rain.
Yeah.
That was the first time that they had a sloppy track since 1991 at Del Mar. So that tells you how often it rains out here. But I'll tell you one thing, the only good thing about it is we just got that brand new dirt surface in, and then they had a couple days of rain, handled it perfectly.
That's
so
good.
I think that was a good test, although they'll probably, the next time it rains, it'll be 17 years from now, but who knows. But anyways, very strange weather out here.
Yeah. And already both Del Mar and Saratoga, who just started living up to their fame of the graveyard for favorites, very tough to pick a winner out there at Del Mar. And at Saratoga, the pick five paid $228,000. Very difficult as usual, but if you're right, you get paid off.
Unbelievable. Saratoga, the graveyard of favorites, like you said, always huge prices. It's very tough to hit anything there. The one thing that about Del Mar I thought might make it a little bit more chalky is the fact that always in the past, yes, some horses like the weather when they go down there. It's different. You get that sea air. But a lot of it is a lot of them are used to running on dirt here, and then when they go down there, it was always a different synthetic surface. Well, now the surface here is exactly the same as it is in Santa Anita. They use the same dirt. I thought it might be a little bit more formful. It seems to be maybe a little, but still, I think the pick fives are averaging what? 10,000 a day or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I've been away on assignment. I've been following as much as I normally do, so you could probably tell me that, George.
No, I mean, it's been tough. It's been tough to pick winners at Del Mar, and which is good. I mean, it really challenges the handicapper and makes you really have to study the form. Of course, when I always study use the Thorograph sheets, and I still think they're one of the best values. They sell them here at the track. Thorograph, one of our sponsors, and I always use them in my handicapping. It's everything you need to win. And also, since I got a moment, I want to thank our other sponsor, HPQualified.com. They just had a successful Crown Jewel event, which was really successful. And now the big one coming up is the Horse Players World Series on February 28th. Actually, so that's going to be huge. 75 spots they're going to give away. The top 75 are guaranteed entry into the Horse Players World Series. There's plenty of feeders along the way, so go to hpqualified.com and sign up. And me and John, we're going to South Dakota for the Players Challenge in October. That's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to meet Steve Cawthon is going to be there, so he can talk about how he feels about Victor Espinosa winning the Triple Crown. Also, a special guest, we're going to have Lafitte Pincay spend the weekend. Lafitte Pincay Jr., so two great jockeys, a great event. Definitely go to hpqualified.com. And I think we're also sponsored here by Santa Anita Water, is that it?
That's right, Santa Anita, the official water of the
there it is, of
Better Sports News.
All right, well, are we ready to pick some winners?
Let's do
All
it.
right, I think we're doing something different. I mean, it's so difficult to pick winners. The pick 5, if you don't put in a huge ticket, it's hard to win. So we're going to concentrate on the late pick 4.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it economical. I mean, normally we try to keep our tickets probably about, I'd say $100 or less. And it's really tough to hit that pick 5 with a smaller budget. Right. I mean, normally if you put the money in, you can hit some massive life-changing payouts. But because we're trying to keep our budget kind of small, we're going to concentrate on the late pick 4, as there is no early pick 4 at Del Mar. So late pick 4 for the show. Right. So let's kick it off that way, see if we can hit something, George. Maybe that'll be some seed money for us for the Sunday when we come back and play. So this
it still pays well. The pick 4s have been paying phenomenal.
Unbelievable. The pools are great, and there's big fields, so the payouts are always wonderful at Del Mar.
All right, let's take it off. The first race is race number 7. The scratch number 13, as far as we know, there's only one scratch. Number 13, Miss Boom Boom. So Miss Boom Boom was out. I'm using 4 in this race. My pick 6 is going to end up being $66. So I'm using 4 of them. I'm using Tizakis, who just has been really consistent his last 3 races. I like Chocolati, which is the favorite, Richard Baltus, one of our favorite trainers. He always gets them ready and has them ready to roll. I'm also using the 9, Sweet as a Rose, and the 11, Sandbo, Peter Miller, and of course, Rockingham Ranch, one of our favorite owners. So I'm going to use those 4, 1, 3, 9, and 11.
I'm actually 5 deep here, George. We were on the same page in a way. I literally looked at the 1 for a long time, ended up not using it because I wanted to keep the ticket, somewhat small. I used the 3, Chocolate as well. I went with the 4, just thinking that Sadler, kind of the unknown horse, so I actually threw the 4 in, and the 8 as well. Those are the 2 shippers in the Euros that we don't know a lot about, so I kind of used the 4 and the 8 just as the unknowns. Then I went the 9 and the 11 as well. Of course, the 11, we're always rooting for our man. Gary Hartooni and Rockingham Ranch. So I'm 5 deep, you're 4 in the first leg.
All right, that sounds good. Next race is the San Diego Handicap. It's a grade 2. They're going a mile and a 16th. And here's a horse that I've bet many times, singled many times. He's let me down time and time again, but he just can't leave him off. I've singled him so many times, and he's just like, his last 2 races have been nutty. Bayern, I'm talking about number 4, Bayern for Bob Baffert. So I got to use him, but I'm not singling him anymore. I've lost some tickets because I've singled him, and he either wins or he comes in last. It's a tough horse to figure out. I'm using him, but I'm also using Opportunity, who of course is running out of his mind. And on Thorograph numbers at 8-1, the 2 Appealing Tail has really good Thorograph numbers that might be able to compete, especially his last 2 races. So at 8-1, I'm throwing him in. So I'm using 2, 3, 4. We're going 3 deep in race 8, the San Diego Handicap.
We're similar here, George. I ended up singling Bayern because I figured, the last 2 races were just too bad I just put a line through them. Bayern's back in Southern California. There's not a lot of pace in here. I think Appealing Tail scares me more of a pace play than anything else. But I think Bayern is obviously the class of the field. I love Opportunity as well. But I'm going to take my shot here so I can spread elsewhere, and I'm going to single Bayern here, the 4.
Yeah, I think, that's a good move. I don't think, like I talked to you earlier, I don't think Bob Baffert's going to embarrass himself and put him in there at Del Mar if he's not going
obviously got to be doing
deliver.
Well.
He's got to be doing well. So, but I'm going 3 deep. All right, race number 9. Man, this is a race that I have no clue, not a clue. Even on Thorograph numbers, everybody's so evenly matched. Even the longest shot on the board, even limited response can win. So I pressed the Chappie button, our favorite button in the Pick 4, and I'm using them all.
Well, George, I kind of thought about doing that. I actually went to the replay tape. I think Mix Miracle obviously is going to be the favorite, probably a very talented colt. I didn't love the replay of that last race. Yes, Broke from the Rail was off slow, but it was only a 5-horse field, and I think that horse had every chance to go by. Now watch, that horse will probably win by 5 that I said that now. But I think, I believe Mix Miracle will probably go off about 8-5, and I don't think it's worth doing 8-5 here, especially tucked down low in the 2-hole. So I'm going to hit the Chappie button as well. We are on the same page, my brother. There. I had to come back with the Chappie button. So the all button for both of us tonight. Let's get a bomber in there.
All right, that sounds good. All right, and this is where I made a stand. Again, I love Thorograph numbers, and by far the best Thorograph numbers are number 11, Place de Vosges. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but that's the horse I'm going with, and hopefully he'll place first. ran really, really good at Churchill Downs and Keelan, and his last race was on the Thoroughbred sheets a 7. Nobody's even gotten a single digits in the entire race, so he's the only one who's run a single digit on the Thoroughbred sheets. He's really coming into form. Plus, they add Lasix for the first time. So first-time Lasix, the best numbers to begin with. I like horses that are coming from Churchill Downs, especially on the grass, coming here to Del Mar. So I'm singling him. I don't know the trainer too well, Victoria Oliver. I don't know anything about her, but I think she's going to have this. They're coming here for a reason, not the season. So I like number 11, Place de Vosges, as a single in race number 10.
Well, I hope Place de Vosges does exactly what the name says, in places, because I didn't use year 11 whatsoever. I gave it a long look. The only thing that scares me a little bit is the ship from Churchill Downs. Now, probably, like you said, they're coming here for a reason, but I don't love the post. I don't like the 11 hole going a mile. I don't have the stats in front of me, but it's not a great, kind of mired on the outside. I'm going to let that horse beat me. Now, granted, I'm using 3 horses here, and 2 of them are the 9 and the 10, so I'm not that much farther inside the 11. I do use the 1 here, Perdona. It's Peter Miller, 2 sprints to a route, stretching out. Horses by Blame, so good. The pedigree should be good for the turf. Lures Bejarano. Miller's had a good, strong start to the meet, so I think that's a good 5-1 shot there, breaking from the rail. And then I used the 9 and the 10. The Bob Hess horse ran very well going a mile first time out on the turf, which is really tough to do. So I think second time out, Hess to Sormo, that's always the deadly combination back for years at Del Mar. So I used that. And then, of course, Scandal. Scandal's 0 for 6 scares me a little bit, but I do like the fact that Papa Mandela puts the blinkers on and Mike Smith is back. So one more shot with that. If I had a 4th horse to use, I would use your 11 for sure, but I'm actually 1, 9, 10. So my ticket is $90. We're similar, but we still have our differences along the way.
Well, we both can't hit it, but hopefully one of us will hit it. Again, just to refresh, my ticket is 1, 3, 9, 11 with 2, 3, 4 with 11. So that's a $66 ticket.
Okay, and my ticket is 3, 4, 8, 9, 11 with 4 with all, with 1, 9, 10, $90. One of these is going to hit, George, or maybe the combination of the both, and we could hit something huge.
Yeah, and we're both going to hit the 3rd leg, that's for sure.
Yeah, we are. We are already 1 for 1.
That's a lot. We got 1 out of the 4 for sure. All right, well, it's a pleasure to have you back, Chappie. It was really
glad
great.
to be back. I can't wait for the rest of the summer, George. Let's make some money. This is going to be a great summer till you guys hit the fall, and let's make some dough till we get back here at Santa Anita.
All right, once again, thanks to HPQualified.com. Thanks to Thoroughgraph Sheets, Santa Anita Water right here. Thanks to John, Jim, Fenix. Fun Facts with Fenix will be back next week. Chappie's back, and so am I. We'll see you guys next week right here on Better Sports News.
Have a good
night.
one.